Hey, thanks so much for coming by for another No BS social media chat. We often talk about, what you say, how you say it, and more importantly, we talk about planning. And so I'm kind of tying all those things in together because of a recent incident with one of my artists. And we were talking about getting ready for a big release, a big single release and a big video release. And we were talking about a strategy. And she wanted notes. And I thought, I love that. I love people who want to plan ahead. Now, what I said is we don't want to plan exactly what you're going to say any given day of the week because we want it to come from your voice. So it's important to kind of come up with an outline, if you will, of what you're going to say. It's always good to come up with a plan. And I said to her, here's a good exercise on a Friday, a Saturday, a Sunday, when you got to spare a few minutes, when you're feeling relaxed, when you're feeling good, write out your little outline for what you want to accomplish in social media for the coming week. If you've got to do 3 Facebook posts a day, just jot down a note. First post, I'm going to talk about this. Second post, I'm going to talk about this. Third post, I'm going to talk about this. Don't worry about scheduling at this point yet. Then it's like, okay, how much of that's going to go into Twitter? How much of it's going to go into YouTube? Where is it going to go on Instagram? And kind of come up with your game plan for the week. Then, at a separate point, put that away, come back and figure out what you're going to say about that, and more importantly, how you're going to say it. Because what's interesting, and we got into this discussion with another client, was the fact that, they were arguing about, they saw something the artist put up and they went, I wouldn't have said it that way. And I went, that's great, but there is no right, there is no wrong, so why not let the artist do it in a way that works for them? Sure, there may be a better way, there may be a more efficient way, but does it sound like it's mechanical? Does it sound like it's not coming from a human being? And I think that's one of the things with social media. We're all so worried about crafting the perfect tweet, crafting the perfect Facebook post, the perfect YouTube channel, whatever it is. You know what? These videos aren't perfect. I haggle with the lighting all the time. I'm not happy with the lighting. I'm not happy with my haircut half the time. They're not perfect. I don't know if you care enough for them to be perfect. Let's be honest. You can watch, if you will, this video each and every week. And really, it's always me sitting in front of the gold records in the blue shirt. It's always every single one of them been the same. It's on purpose because it's not what I'm doing visually that matters. I want you to be able to put it on in the background. You can listen to it while you're going about and doing your thing. And if you want to watch, you want to see how much I really buy into it, you can watch. But more importantly, it's about what I'm saying. So I'm not so worried about how perfect it is. You know what? I could spend tens of thousands of dollars and put it in a beautiful recording studio, but would it still get the same message across? Well, it would, because I'm the one delivering the message, or at least I hope so. It may change it by being in a sterile environment. It may change me. I don't know, but it's not as important about exactly what you're saying and how it's crafted. I think if you've watched any of these videos over the course of the last few years, you'll know I don't even go from notes. I come up with a title. I've thought about these, and I just go for 4, 5, 6 minutes, whatever it is, off the top of my head. And there's some stumbles here and there, and they're one take. There are no edits in these things because it's me and you having a conversation, or it's me and you having a lecture, I guess sometimes it would be, since you may be able to yell back at the screen, but you can't necessarily talk back and forth. So it's not always as important about how you say something. It's the fact that you're saying it and the fact that it comes out from you. The one thing people have seen with me is I may stumble on a word here or there. I may, talk a little bit too fast at some point or something like that. You can see the passion in what I say. And more importantly, the words are coming from the heart. There's no way I'm reading this off some teleprompter here or even in front of me. Because number one, a teleprompter can't move that fast. But number two, because it's really from inside me. And I think that's what's important about social media. It's not necessarily exactly the right way to say something. It's what to say and when to say it. It's a combination of all this stuff coming together. And I know it's kind of esoteric, really. But, we get so bogged down in, what should I say? Well, it's not as important about what you say. It's how you say it. It's how it relates to you. It's getting the message across. It's making whatever message that is work for you. And what I love too, especially when you've got to say in a band situation or in a business situation, you've got a message you want to get across. But if each person who's touching the social media account has a slightly different voice, if you will, you'll never know who you'll reach. Because as we learned in radio over the years, you can have the same notes, and how you say it may reach somebody one time. But if you say it a different way, it's going to reach somebody else a different time, because everybody processes information differently. What I say can be perceived differently by everybody. And more importantly, if I say something and then say it again in a different way, it could be perceived by other people at a different time because they didn't catch it the first time. It didn't relate with them. The story, the analogy, whatever it was, didn't work for them until I said it a second way, and then it worked. Think about it. Back next week, another No BS social media chat. When to say it, how to say it, all ties in with that little outline. It's that planning part. Back next week, No BS Social Media, the website, Facebook, YouTube, put them up there as well, wherever you found us this week. You know what I'm going to say? Come on back again next week. Check us for another No BS Social Media video. If you want me, my email address, my phone number, coming up here at the end of the video. Thanks so much. Have a great one.